We're getting blingy today on Mary Wieden You. If you watched or looked at my computer or my Twitter X, I call it Twitter X. I don't think you should change it to X. But anyway, Twitter X, it says all that glitters is ... bling. And so bling is the topic of the day today. And I have sitting in front of me a man who's just become the owner of a big bling operation, J. Lake Carter Jewelers. Congratulations, Mr. Owner. How do you feel
Mary.
about that?
Thanks, Mary. How are you?
I'm good. You grew up with it, but because your dad sold it to you, right?
Yeah,
That's
so
cool.
in high school, probably about ninth grade, we started, and actually real close here is one of the first stores in Hattiesburg called the Diamond Shop. And he owned that it was right on Hardy Street, right across from the college over there, Southern. Mm-hmm. And he trained me and taught me a lot of things about it, and he said, yeah, I probably didn't want to do that, as my profession. He's kind of like, you probably want to do something else, but this is what I do. And
this is a good one.
I saw that when he was able to buy he was still buying he was in the wholesale business before that, and some of the biggest buyers, and he started a retail store, and he learned how to. He already knew a lot about the business, and he learned how to buy at the closeouts, and now he's even gone past that to bankruptcies, and other people have gone out of business. Like he's the guy they call, and in the industry they know he loves. And this last one he bought like this bankruptcy. They actually called him they said they needed a down payment to help them get the merchandise, and he fronted them a lot of the money so they can make the purchase, and he was able to go hand pick it. I believe that there's in New York City, and pick out the high-end pieces, the more conservative pieces that our customers like, platinum, 18 karat VS diamonds, and good quality color stones as well.
You got to know what you're doing when you look at diamonds. I mean, you see, oh, diamonds, and you think, I don't know. Like some mass cheap store. I'm sorry to say.
Exactly, Mary.
But you don't. I mean, but they look like real diamonds to me. But do you? And did your dad probably wear a loop or use a loop that probably tells you a lot, doesn't it?
Yes.
I'd like to look through one. I've seen it, but I'd like to see what it says or what it tells you.
When I first started, I really didn't need the loop as much. I could see. I could see pretty good, and you do need a loop to go real deep into the diamond and look at the higher quality grades to know the quality as a jeweler. But I can usually see most of it with the reading glasses. Or, I don't have to have the loop at all times unless I'm doing the grading for an appraisal or something.
Is it like looking at a kaleidoscope? Almost, is there stuff, facets or whatever? I don't know what you call them because I've never looked at a loop or anything. But
the diamonds they're so old. They're underground. They're millions of years old. So as they grow so slowly. They probably the elements around it depends on the elements around it. The pressures, and it can get cracks or other things that can grow inside of it, and we call them imperfections. Look like little black dots, or But if you can't see to the naked eye, that's what our customers prefer. To the naked eye, mostly. Some of the men prefer you can't see. They want it to be perfect, but most of the female shoppers, they just want it to look beautiful and to like it to their eye, to the naked eye. They don't really care as much about all the details and the cuts and everything, as long as it's real pretty to the outside world.
Yes. Well, this is Jay Lake, and we are at 888-808-8637. If you have any questions, we text at 601-879-4395, and you can catch us on SuperTalk.fm/Mary because we are live streaming as well. And if you missed the show or you want somebody to see the show, you can go back later on today or tomorrow, whatever, and you can look at the whole show because it's going to be there at supertalk.fm/Mary. So that's our deal today. That's pretty interesting so you can see with the loop, though, you can see this stuff. If it's a perfect stone, it's just clear and are there any points in there, or I don't even know what I'm looking. I don't even know how to say the words. I don't know what facets are, but
the older when they first cut the diamonds a long time ago, they weren't cut like they were today. So sometimes the cut would be, and a lot of times they'll cut them like the shape determines. Most people try to cut the rounds, so those are most popular. But probably I would imagine the cutter, based on the inclusions, what can they cut to get the biggest diamond out of the rock?
Yeah,
so
if
there's
diamond.
Inclusions right here, maybe it's a pear shape. They'll be able to get a pear shape cut out of it, or they have heart shapes, which they don't do the hearts very much. But then they have the marquee shape, looks kind of like a football, and
yes, the Tiffany shape, whatever that is.
And they have oval shapes, different shapes. I guess it depends on the inclusion. So they try to get the best cut.
What's inclusion mean? What does that?
The inclusion, that would be like the flaws inside of it.
Okay, that is, so there's like stuff in there.
If it's not the non-diamond parts that are inside of it, or cracks or whatever in the rock, the diamond. So they'll try to cut it where they can get the best, prettiest diamond possible.
Wow.
And another thing we look for is like, I've seen changes over the years, is the weight of the gold and everything, like the piece, how heavy it is, and as the years gone by, it's like they tried to make it not as much gold, and they try to take some of the gold out, so it's a little lighter weight. So we try to find the heavier weight pieces, and the price of gold and diamonds have gone up so much that nowadays a silver piece with diamonds in it was when I first started a diamond. That's how much it was for a diamond, 14 karat diamond gold for the same piece. The prices. That's how the prices have changed over the years, and I've just seen it as I've grown up. Prices have changed so much.
Is silver hotter than gold, or sometimes that happens, right? Because I seem to recall I'm not good about paying attention to a lot of stuff like that because I can't invest in that. But is silver got hot, and then gold will always be hot, or are they both equally the same? You're cool if you got gold or silver. What the heck? Be happy with what you have, or what?
I think it's popular for the price, because the price is so much less. And I guess when people are younger, they buy the silver the parents buy them silver so that in case they lose it, it's not as big of a loss. But as they get older, that's why they started white gold, and gold is yellow gold, and it's 24 carats is pure gold.
Yeah.
So and then.
But it goes, if it's 24 at 18 would be down next. And what's down at 12?
14.
Well, 14. And then is there a 12 karat gold?
In America, you're supposed to have at least 10 karat to make it legal.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise, if you go to Europe, they'll do less, like 8 karat or 9 karat in Europe.
Well, what does that mean? And is it still yellow? It still looks like gold, right? Have you ever seen it? Can you put side by side? Can you put like a 10 karat and a 24 karat side by side? And can the naked eye look at that and go, "Oh yeah, I see the difference"? Can we?
No, I don't think anybody can really tell the difference. It's just, I guess the jeweler can. If it gets below 10 karat, it might be harder for them to work with it, possibly. Because gold's soft. Remember the old movies where they used to bite on the gold, the rock, see if it's real gold?
No.
I just remember the old cowboys, they'll try to bite on them. And if it's soft, then it's real gold. So 24 karat would be softer.
Oh, okay. You leave bite marks on it.
Yeah, I guess so. And, the gold rush, everybody's going to like San Francisco or California for the gold rush. And with it, it's like they mix other metals in there to make it change colors to make it look silver, or whatever. Some people like rose gold or the pink gold, or they can make it any color basically on the gold if you mix certain elements. And when you heat it up, you mix it, and makes it turn white. And
we were talking right before the show. There's all kinds of colors of diamonds. There's the white diamond, the clear diamond. We know that. And there's a yellow diamond, and there's a blue diamond. I said, "Is that about it?" And you said, "No, diamonds come in many colors." Well,
that's right, Mary.
How does that happen? Tell what the colors are. You said there's red.
I guess I think it's the radiation. That's what I remember. Like as they're growing in the ground. The radiation, that's what I think it is. They can change shades of. It's like a rainbow. They can change any shades of color in the rainbow, basically. Wow. All different shades from completely black to red, blue, green, yellow. But in America, we're usually like the the clear one, so we know. But
we know it's a diamond. You
that's right.
Flash it in somebody's face.
the other colored stones. One thing I didn't know is that rubies and sapphires are the exact same stone.
Really?
Is exactly the same? Yeah.
Just the color makes the difference.
It's just two colors.
Wow.
And sapphires come in all colors as well.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Like what other colors? Yellow sapphires?
Yellow.
There's no such thing as a clear sapphire, though, is there?
Yeah, they have
really.
White
So that would look like
clear.
a diamond. If you wanted to fool somebody, but fool the world, I guess. If you wanted to have a diamond, but you couldn't afford a diamond, you could get a white sapphire. Is that a clear sapphire?
A lot of the rings have white sapphires in them, and
wow.
They look kind of like diamonds. They're not nearly as bright as a diamond. For some reason, the diamonds just really sparkle. The light pops back out, and they don't scratch up as easy. They're the hardest substance in the world.
Diamonds are.
And the sapphires are second hardest, but it's a big drop though, so they do scratch up, and they're not as brilliant. So
who goes around scratching up their rings though? If you're doing that, you're doing something wrong.
There's so many stones out there. I went to the Smithsonian Museum. That is a great, beautiful museum in Washington D.C. They have all the different stones in the museum. It was pretty cool. If you ever want to learn about this, all the different stones.
No, we'll just go to your store. We'll just go to the store. You can
come to Carter Jewelers.
I mean, you'll have information on them,
you
right?
You can buy it there.
Really, I saw the Smithsonian, but I prefer. Well, I mean, you want to keep your tax dollars at home, right?
We might not have all the different kinds, but we try to carry the ones that people. The popular ones.
Or you can get them. Yeah. You can get them.
We can order them. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's that's interesting about all those different. A ruby, is it a ruby and a sapphire are the same?
Rubies and sapphires are the same. Yeah.
What about garnets? Come to think of it, garnets. What about garnets?
They're
are they old fashioned or what?
I think they're the kind of like the Mississippi State color.
Yes.
The dark red, or
yes, yeah, they're pretty.
And I think they have a topaz and amethyst. I think they come in different colors. I can't remember if the garnet comes in all the different colors.
Well, those are what you call gemstones. A diamond is not a gemstone, though, is it? I mean, it's a diamond. It's its own category, correct? Whereas some of these other things, would you call gemstones? Or not?
They're always changing, the
terminology.
Rules
Well, are they as valuable? Or
I think that diamond would be like a precious. They call it a precious gemstone,
okay.
And those are semi-precious. Is what I would, so they're not. Well, we actually you can come in. We'll actually buy your old diamonds or gold at Carter Jewelers, but we don't really give you anything for the colored stones because they're so not very valuable, especially if they're used and scratched up and everything.
What about jade? Come to think of it, jade. I have a ring that somebody gave my mother as a gift.
Jade. Jade
stone.
It's the green color. I believe.
Yes, it is. It's not the real dark forest green. It's a lighter green, sort of like lima bean green.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'd have to say. Are they? People popular? Are they popular? Do people buy them?
We don't have a whole lot of jade at Carter Jewelers right now, but I don't think they're that popular. But they, it's just like them. Sometimes people might ask for it. I kind of remember back when I first started 20 years ago, it was a little more popular back then. It seemed like.
Yeah. Where do you get your stock from? Your jewelry stock? Where do you order from, or where do you go to buy? We have a market like clothing. You go to the market like in Dallas or Atlanta
for like our gold chains and our earrings and like those things. They have herringbone neck. Like you have a beautiful necklace on, and your earrings.
This one here. That one there? That's
yes.
That's just costume jewelry. There's another
really?
thing. Yes, costume. It was a thing of my mother's. My mother, she bought some cool things.
Well,
and that's thank you.
Nobody would be able to tell the difference.
No, it looks like gold, doesn't it? But
yeah.
It's costume jewelry, as far as I know.
Well, our gold. We have our gold company. They have a lifetime warranty on all their pieces, which is pretty cool. So, like the earrings are hollow. You want the earrings to be like lightweight. So
right, so you don't want
you don't want the lobes being pulled down. So they can dent up pretty easily. Or if you herringbones or you you send it back to the company, and they send you a brand new piece.
But go through you. It would go through you, or
yeah, you just come through me. I'll mail it back to them.
But where does all this stuff come from? Do you go someplace to buy things, to choose things, or do the sellers come to you? How does that work? If you say, oh, well, we need to get some more gold chains, or we need to get some more jewelry,
they usually come to me, but we can go to them. Dad likes to go to them.
Where are they?
I prefer them to come to me.
Well, what the heck, right?
That's what he does. He goes and he picks out the.
But where does he go? Out of the country or
to the
market?
The bankruptcy. Sometimes
that way. Okay.
Sometimes he has to take the whole lot, even the bad stuff with the good stuff, and or he has places in New York City or L.A. Those are the two main places. The biggest jewelry show in the world is in Las Vegas, though.
Wouldn't you know?
And so we go there in May in Las Vegas and at the Venetian hotel.
Yeah.
Hey, before we go to a break, I want to say
people from all over the world come in, vendors from all over.
You want to do what?
I want to say before we go to the break, I want to say we'll have a trivia question for you guys on the other side relating to this conversation that we're having with Mr. Jay Lake. We'll be giving away another ham today and also on Friday for Logan Farms. So be paying attention because we're going to be coming back with some precious metal questions.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, thank you. That's a good reminder. We're coming up on a break time. Oh gosh, we are just about. This is Jay Lake. Well, this is fascinating stuff about jewelry. I've never talked to the jeweler before about stuff. I just go to a jewelry store every now and then and go,
Thanks,
what do you
Mary.
have? What do you have for this or what do you have for that? But to talk to somebody gets behind. So we're going to stay through a break. You're going to play some music here in a second, and we'll come up and take a break. Jay Lake, the new owner of his. Taking over from your dad, but you grew up with this stuff, so you pretty well know your stuff here. It's Mary Wieden You, and stay where you are because we're going to come back. And don't forget, I hope you were paying attention so you can win a turkey. Stay where you are. I wasn't saying anything. So welcome back to Mary Wieden You. I have Jay Lake here. He's the new owner of Carter Jewelers in Jackson, and the one in Vicksburg. Somebody else has that.
Ginger Richards.
Yeah. And how is she connected? With the company for years or something like that?
She started as a child basically. She just grew up under the previous owner, DC Parker. There's a store that was going out of business over there, and they called my dad to see if he would come and buy them. And I said, well, let's go over there and look at it. And we went over there and we went into the store and they didn't say they weren't the most welcoming people, and then I said, let's go look at the other stores, and we walked to the other stores, and they're like, one guy was like, Jerry, buy my store, Jerry. And he was like, how much? He got real nervous, started shaking his keys in his pocket and everything, and he's like, And then we went to the next store across the street from his store, and DC Parker, he's like, please buy my store, Jerry. You have to buy it. We're going under, and I don't. Wow. He's like, I'm just the manager and the guy that financed it. He's closing it down. And unless you buy it, then we'll close for good. And so, and that's when Ginger was working there at that time, and under him, and so Dad decided to buy that store instead of the original store we went up there to purchase, and then. DC passed away, and then Ginger kind of took over, and then she's been running it ever since for I don't know, maybe 10 years now, and Dad decided to just let her buy that one.
That's pretty cool. That's really good. I mean, both of these stores are owned by you and her. You've grown up with this stuff, basically. You know it. All right, everybody. So we said when we went to break that we were going to be giving away a ham. Logan Farms.
Logan Farm. Ham.
Ooh, okay. But you got to answer a question, okay? And the question is based on what we've been talking about here with Jay Lake, the new owner of Carter Jewelers here in Jackson. Okay, so the question is, are you ready for the question? The question is, what is the favorite color of diamonds?
And be the first person to get the right answer.
And you win the turkey. Yeah, pretty good. The ham. How much does that weigh? Do we know how much that ham weighs?
I do not know.
Pretty big ham. It's a pretty good size ham.
It's going to be a very edible,
feed a lot of people.
Ham.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Oh,
you can, and make sure you get some Sister Schubert rolls or some Hawaiian rolls. so you can get the little meat off the bone at the end. And
it reminds me of one time of Christmas Eve up in Michigan. There were a whole bunch of us, and we were going to have dinner at this table, okay, and they had a ham. And they also happened to have a yellow lab. You'll appreciate this, Liz. A yellow lab named Krusty. And so when it came time to eat, we went into the dining room, and oops, there was no ham left. Krusty was over in the corner a little bit, 10 pounds heavier, feeling a little embarrassed about what she did. But the ham got eaten by Krusty the lab. So we had turkey instead of ham. Okay.
I love those dogs.
Well, I got a Jack Russell, and if you don't push your chair in, and she's got some health problems right now, although she's doing well, but if I don't push my chair in at the table, she'll jump up on the table, and it's not her, it's the thing. It's in the breed.
Yeah.
She'll jump on the table, but she could not eat a 10-pound ham. But,
she'd try, though.
Well, she'd give it a good throw. Okay, 601-879-4395. Call up and be the first person to answer. What is the favorite color of diamond? Because diamonds come in a lot of colors, right?
That's right.
Okay, so what do you got going on at the store? You have to do a lot of things besides sell jewelry. You got to do a lot of stuff. Are you having something fun right now?
Yeah, actually, we have a buying event. The company called National Rarities. They're there right now. I think it's past 10 o'clock. From 10 to 5 today, tomorrow, and the next day. So 3 days from 10 to 5. They'll be there buying silver, artwork, anything of valuable, famous toys, sports paraphernalia. They maybe guns. They're kind of, you got to kind of call them for the guns, but they will buy. In the past, they've bought a lot of guns and all kinds of different, anything of value. Basically, what they buy in jewelry or diamonds. And if you want to trade it in for a piece of jewelry, you can they'll give you. I think they give you a 20% increase in value if you want to trade in for a piece of jewelry at Carter Jewelers instead of the cash.
Okay, that's pretty good.
It's pretty cool. This is like the third or fourth time they've been in there, and it seems to be real popular. Oh, purses too. I forgot about those.
Purses too. Oh my.
Those fancy purses.
Fendi and stuff like that. Fendi.
Louis Vuitton.
Cole. Oh yeah.
Maybe what's two of the other nice ones?
I don't know. I don't buy. I only spend about $40 for a purse is about my limit. I mean, I just because they're going to go out of style. Consequently, I have a closet full of old junky purses. But anyway, I think I do know that Fendi's a good one. But that's it.
Watches. They also we don't buy watches, but they do buy watches.
Do you sell watches at the store?
We sell Seiko watches mostly. We have some other real high. We have an old, real nice antique Rolex with ladies' Rolex with diamonds. It's solid gold all the way around. It's beautiful.
Wow.
Really good value on that one. And we have some other new brands with diamonds, 18 karat gold, really pretty.
Do you sell loose stones? If you want to get some diamonds or whatever,
yes,
and you can have them made.
With so many loose diamonds, it's I try to get them put out so people can see them, but we have to set them, and I have to order the mountings for them, and try to have a good variety for people, and I try to keep them in the cases. But we have a huge amount in back stock of diamonds, and they know how to make diamonds now. So they're called laboratory diamonds.
Yes.
For years they've been trying to make them with no success. But they had them made where they're so for tools, for cutting and all that kind of stuff. They're so hard that it's great for tools and all that. And but they finally made them gem quality, which they're real diamonds, and I can't tell the difference. The jeweler can't tell the difference.
Really?
It's
is it like glass that's put in some sort of supersonic heat or something that?
I guess they figured out how to make the pressure or whatever, mimic whatever that goes on in the earth when the diamonds are formed, and at a rapid instead of millions of years, it doesn't take as long to make them.
It takes 15 minutes, longer than that. But really, you can't tell the difference, huh? And how's the value of them?
When they first came out, they cost more than the regular diamonds. Now you can get them for a lot less than the regular diamonds. It's not like if you buy a CZ or something, they'll scratch up real bad, and you can tell the difference.
CZ, folks, stands for cubic zirconia or zirconium.
Cubic zirconia.
Yes, I do know that.
But these will last you never be able to tell. It's like I think it's what they told me is that they have growth lines in them when they grow. Like a tree. If you cut the tree, it has growth lines in it.
Yep, got rings.
And then you see those little rings, and tree experts are like, "Oh, I know exactly. I can tell all the stories about this tree by the growth lines and all this. I can tell if there's a storm, and then diamonds probably have growth lines as well.
The fakes or the
real ones.
The real ones
both of them do. They both have growth lines, but
okay.
The ones that are in the ground, their growth lines are probably going to be a lot more, have a lot more bends in them and turns and flaws. And the lab ones are probably going to be more perfect. More rounded.
Wow. Did you ever go watch them being made? I mean, I wonder what is it? Do you have a business like? Well, yeah, I'm in the diamond making business. I guess that's a business. I mean,
I've never seen them made. I would like to. I think the ones that are in Africa by De Beers. They have the mines over there, and then there's a few other people that have the mines, but I think they're real strict on letting people in there. But they might have tours or something. I'm not really sure, and I don't know anything about where they grow in the laboratories or not.
I do. They must the De Beers crowd. Okay, so when they bring them out of those mines, they look like rocks or brown or rocks. I mean, they don't look like anything. Is that about it? But somehow they know that that's a diamond. This little stone I have here is really a diamond.
That's right. I think I think you have to have another diamond to cut the diamond. You know what I mean? Because they're so hard. Only a diamond can cut the diamond. I think it's how on the when they cut them, and wow. we have a diamond cutter in case a diamond gets chipped or if the cut's too old, we can send it back and they can recut it, make it prettier.
Or if you have a chip that's come out of a diamond, if you a little diamond bracelet or something, if a chip's come out, you have things you can replace those with.
We do have a jeweler that comes in and fixes everything. He's been in the business for over 35 years.
Wow.
He's excellent.
You got sales for Christmas, I would imagine. I mean, well, Christmas is 2 weeks from tomorrow, so business must be pretty booming, I would think.
Yes, Mary.
What you got? What you got on sale?
Well, we bought a huge bankruptcy. It's called Fabterra, and that's one where Dad, they called him and like, hey, Jerry, we need. I can't make this purchase. I need some money, and so Dad's like, all right, and he asked me about it, and I said, yeah. Send them the money, and so that we fronted them the money so they can go buy the bankruptcy merchandise, and they allowed him to go up there and handpick the best pieces for our customers.
Wow.
We've had, and we're doing those on their tag prices, 30% on their tag prices, 30% of their tag prices right now.
30% off
for Christmas.
30% off of it, or is it, or 30%?
30 cents on the dollar.
Really?
30 cents on the dollar.
Okay, wow. Who would be in the bankruptcy business? Is it like jewelry stores, or would it be like people? Is it like in individuals?
This was a wholesaler that went out of business.
Oh, okay.
Lots of times it's the retail stores that go out of business. Unfortunately, you're likely to go out of business. It's not easy nowadays to stay in business. So a lot of the jewelry stores will go, the retail ones, but now, and even the wholesalers, nothing's easy. Business is not easy, period. But this just happened to be a huge wholesale company that went bankrupt.
Well, how all this stuff is going to shake out when things get to going. Things get going with the Trump economy. Things will be different. Things will start costing.
Praise God.
Yes. A loaf of bread is whatever.
Hallelujah.
Yeah, like one little tiny piece of cake that used to be like $1 is now $4 at the grocery store. Stuff like that, But anyway, diamonds will be affected by it. You'll be affected by it too, which will be good for you, good for your customers, because you'll be able to get things at a better price, right?
That's right.
Pass along those prices to people who buy.
I think it's good to have a businessman in there. Business people, they know how to save money and run things like a business. Even the government, everything's kind of like a business.
Yep.
even starting at your own house. If you can't run your own household, how you gonna run something else? You know what I mean?
Yeah, like the FBI, stuff like that. Oh yes, that's another whole topic, isn't it? The military, stuff like that. But do we have a winner yet, Lance, on the ham? We wanted to know. We were asking what is the people's favorite color of diamond. Do we have a winner?
Not yet.
Really? Come on, you all. Now, the favorite color of a diamond is what? And you will win a nice Logan Farms ham.
Honey-baked ham.
Delicious.
Ooh, honey-baked. Yeah,
Very
888.
nice.
Well, no, they're not going to do that. You're going to text it at 601-879-4395. 601-879-4395. I mean, pretend you're the lady in Christmas with the Cranks and you have to get that ham. That movie's on all the time this week. It seems like that's one of the funniest. That is a great movie. It's one of the funniest scenes when Nora goes to buy the ham and she and this lady are going. You've seen it. You're laughing about it in their lands. There's a lady with the buggy and then there's Nora. Jamie Lee Curtis, and they're walking down this aisle. It's just funny. And the little old lady, she's a nasty woman, isn't she? Pushing a buggy past her. You've seen it? Have you seen Christmas with the Cranks?
I have seen that.
By the way, that is based on a John Grisham book called Skipping Christmas. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a John Grisham.
I gotta watch that.
All-star cast in it.
My wife loves Christmas movies.
Yeah, me too.
It's rough around the edges too. I mean, it's a really fun, Christmas rendition style movie because it's imperfect. And that's what makes all the the Christmas movies to me the best is when there's imperfections in it. There's the challenges that get you in the holidays. And in this case, they were going to just skip it all, and they get thrown into the family, which is fairly dysfunctional. And,
yes, their daughter was bringing home her fiance, and they go, "Oops, I guess we are not going to go," and they have to put together a party. And boy, there's all kinds of imperfections.
Yeah, that's what makes it so good.
Yeah, it's funny.
It's hijinks all the way around.
It's a fun movie, except at the end, there's real sweet stuff too.
Oh yeah.
It's a very sweet story.
It reminds you a little bit of. Christmas Vacation, National Lampoons, because of the way you have so many things going on at one time. But yet there's still that family feel and the feel good to it. But it is a very
it's a great movie.
Yeah.
We
do have a winner now.
Oh, okay. Who we got? Who have we got?
We have Jason and Pearl.
Okay. Congratulations, Jason and Pearl, for picking the color clear. That's it, because, they're black diamonds, red diamonds, blue, yellow. There's no green diamonds, I don't think, right? I mean, that would
they are green diamonds.
Really? Do they look like emeralds?
Do people say, information.
Oh, my Lord.
Green is the color of money.
They look kind of like green tourmaline.
Okay. What about green emeralds? How the emeralds look different,
if you can find an emerald that looked like that would be really pretty.
Yeah? I think emerald is a standard emerald green. I mean, I don't know how to describe it, but is that the most... There are variations on that. They're pretty expensive, too, aren't they? Emeralds are not cheap.
Somebody told... I heard they don't have a whole lot of the big ones left. That's what I heard.
Really? I wonder where they came out of.
I keep seeing them, but they are very expensive when I try to go. If I need a specific one and high quality, emeralds can get really high.
Yes, they can.
Especially ordering them. I guess they're a little more fragile than the sapphire, so they're extra fragile. You got to take a little better care of them. You got to oil them and. Be careful about putting them in the cleaning solution because they can dry out and everything.
Oh, wow.
They can crack and everything a little easier.
So when a jeweler cleans your ring, they don't put it in that stuff you get at the store, huh? What do you use to clean a diamond ring, for instance, or an emerald? Is it a little brush or is it what?
We buy a special jewelry cleaner. The jeweler told me that if you... And household cleaning product is Mr. Clean's the only one that you can safely clean the jewelry with is Mr. Clean. The other ones have chemicals in there that could damage the jewelry.
Wow.
Mr. Clean and maybe a little bit of water. I'm not sure if it's just pure Mr. Clean, but it works pretty good. A lot of the jewelers of the year they use. I had to go buy Mr. Clean because that's what they like to use.
I want to stay for a final segment then? This is good. You want to stay for another segment? Yeah, we got something to talk about. So it's Jay Lake, and we'll be back in just a couple minutes. Well, anyway, so this is our final segment, and we've got Jay Lake here. He's taking over Carter Jewelers. Fascinating about what they look like when they come out of the earth, if you've ever seen them. So you have somebody who makes designs of if I come to the store and say, well, look, I've got this. Well, what can I do with it? So somebody can design me something to put it in. You can do that.
Mary, we have a designer that we found that they won more design awards than any other manufacturer in the world. in right outside of San Diego, and if we have a special design that works good, I send them the design and I'll send them the diamonds and they'll make the ring for us. Build it around. They build it around the diamond.
Who's
and the wedding
going to make the
band
design?
And
Do you do any designing yourself? You personally?
For our store, I'll design it.
You do?
Then,
you do.
But if a customer finds a design they like better, they can do the same for that design. We made lots of different designs, and some are more not as popular as the other ones. But But
how
can a design be popular or not? I mean, that's pretty funny. Well, I guess if I'm not thinking about a ring.
Whatever you like, whatever the wife's like. My daughter's 14 years old, so
daddy, let's
the trends come and go like quick,
Well, yes, they do it. Yeah.
So the young girls they find, and I guess it just keeps going as they get older. What's popular and
that would make sense. Yeah,
one thing's popular is big diamonds and the ones that are
big pretty, girl diamonds,
big and pretty. But we've been Carter's has been there so long. Dad told me this story one time. He's like, the original owner from Germany, and you lived in Germany.
Jawohl.
Von Suter. His last name was Von Suter, and it was before the Civil War. And so the store was there during the Civil War.
Wow.
When they burned, I heard they burned up most of Jackson, and
they did.
The story is that when the troops came in, he left the doors open at the jewelry store, and the safe. So we have some of the original cabinetries, cases and stuff. It has the people who designed it, and in there on both sides, and there's this old safe we have in there, and the safe guy came in and told me about it. He's like, this is they custom make these safes for back then for people, and it has paintings on it. And he's like, that's real gold. They paint it with gold, and he said it was it's not dynamite proof. That's when, back in the old days they'd have it. They'll come in and they'll have the dynamite and they'll throw it underneath the safe and they'll blow the safe up and then they'll crack the bottom of it and they'll get all the stuff out. Well, we have one like that.
Well, I never knew that's what I needed.
One of our safes is like that, and
wow.
So that's how old it is, and
yeah.
So the story is that he had all this. He cleared it out and had the safes wide open and took the jewelry out and maybe buried it or something, but and they never burned. The store didn't get burned down.
Wow, that's not the same location, though.
I don't think so.
No.
The third owner, he custom built it where we're at now. It was custom made for Carter Jewelers.
I wonder where it used to be.
I've seen pictures of it on Capitol Street.
Yeah, we've had a fellow on who talked about these, the history of Jackson and how it was it Capitol? Yeah, it was Capitol Street, old Capitol Street. Yeah, before the old lady's home was somebody's house at one time. And when the troops would come in from the north, they'd go down to the hideout at fortification. That's why it's called Fortification Street, because there was a fortification there where you could safely hide out. But yeah, that's where it would have been, huh?
Yeah, and then remember that hotel down there close to where we're is the Sea and Sands Hotel?
Sun and Sand, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Well, one of the construction workers came in to Carter Jewelers, and he's like, I was like, man, they had demolished the whole hotel, and he's like, you wouldn't believe this, underneath that hotel was a whole speakeasy.
Whoa.
And it was full of liquor. And I got my own bottle.
Pretty fermented, I guess.
He had a whole speakeasy under there. So that was back. I guess that was there the whole time.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Boy, if the legislators would have known about that would have disappeared in a while. Oh, preserving it.
That's probably why it was right there. Yeah,
they were preserving it, were they? I mean, jeez. Oh wow.
The senators, they probably. I think that's where they went after they got out of the. That's what I heard.
Yeah,
that was one of the places they went.
One of the jobs I've had, I was working for WLOX Biloxi, and we had an office up here. And so our office was it used to be a motel that was right across the street from the Sun and Sand, but I didn't know any of that lore. So they've taken, they've resurrected, kept the sign or something for Sun and Sand, I guess.
I think the sign's still there.
Kept the sign. Now
it's a cool sign.
Is it a breakfast place or a restaurant or something? Somebody will know what it is. So something got built there, I guess. It's been a while since I've been downtown.
I think the city or the state owns it now.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
They have that building across the street. Most of that's from the city or state. They owns all that.
Woolfolk Building is the one across the street, I think. I don't know. Anyway, folks, if you have any history of Jackson, but anyway, so
it's
how long is your building?
For sure.
Yeah, really. Well, what's really funny is that the police department, the Capitol Police, you know what building they're going into? They're going into the old Wright and Ferguson building. Can you imagine? I
love the Capitol Police.
What are you going to put downstairs, Wright and Ferguson Funeral Home, where bodies would be put? I'm sure. I wonder what they're going to do with that. Anyway, that's
they're really changing Jackson. The Capitol Police. I prayed for the police department. And the Capitol Police came, and they're really changing the whole dynamics of Jackson. It's really
yes. They're very good. And also, someone else who's good, and I think it compliments them, is Chief Wade in Jackson, because a lot of guys, when he got that job, they wanted to come back. Some of them wanted to leave and go to Capitol Police, and some of them, I don't know where they're coming from, but they've been to other police departments, and they're wanting to come back because he's the chief. And that's all
great.
Good for Jackson. That's very good
outstanding.
for Jackson. And he comes on the show a lot, and he's got a great clearance rate. And
awesome.
he has said, it's in the 80s or 90% clearance. I mean, he busts them, and he solves cases. What happens thereafter with the judicial system, that's not up to him. That's up to that bunch, but in terms of being police and all that kind of stuff, and they work together well, Capitol and Jackson now, and I'm really glad about that. I'm happy for Jackson.
Jackson was at, I guess 2 years ago, it seemed like it was like at rock bottom, and now it's just going up. Now's a good time to invest into Jackson right now.
And go on down to Carter Jewelers, because you got some good deals for Christmas, right?
You can come invest at Carter Jewelers as well.
Really? Do you have payment plans that you have to, that kind of stuff? Payment plans?
We you can go on to our website,
which is what?
CarterDiamonds.com. CarterDiamonds.com. If you don't have good credit, you can get approved for a lease to own there. It's free to find out if you get approved or not. No charge, and doesn't take that long. Pretty quick and easy. But if you get approved, they tell you how much you can get. You come into Carter Jewelers and use that credit they'll give you. They do charge you $75 to use their service, and they give you 3 months to pay it off at the low interest rate.
And we are out of here. You know what? We just ran out of time. Well, thanks a lot, Jay Lake. Good luck with the store.
Thanks,
come
Mary.
on back sometime. This has really been a fun show. I really enjoyed this, and congratulations on your new endeavor. All right, everybody.
Great time meeting you.
Thank you.
On the show.
See you Friday. Bye.